January 24th, 1848. It was a day like any other at Sutter's Mill. The American River flowed peacefully. Birds sang in the trees. I was overseeing the construction of a new sawmill. My carpenter, James Marshall, rushed up to me, his face pale. He clutched a small yellow object in his hand. "Gold, sir! I found gold!" he exclaimed. We examined it closely. It was heavy, malleable, and gleamed brightly in the sunlight. We knew this could change everything. The news spread quickly and changed the fate of California forever. Little did I know that this discovery would transform California into a bustling hub of activity and ambition. At first, people were skeptical. Gold in California? It seemed too good to be true. But as more and more people confirmed the discovery, doubt gave way to excitement. News traveled fast, even in those days. Word spread through newspapers, letters, and by word of mouth. People from all walks of life were caught up in the frenzy. Farmers left their fields, shopkeepers abandoned their stores, and sailors jumped ship. Everyone dreamed of striking it rich in California. The lure of gold was too strong to resist. The phrase, "gold fever," perfectly captured the infectious excitement that gripped the nation. People were willing to risk everything for a chance to find their fortune. The journey to California was long and arduous, but the promise of gold was a powerful motivator. By the end of 1848, the news had reached every corner of the United States, and soon the world. The California gold rush had begun. From bustling cities on the East Coast to remote villages in Europe, the news sparked a collective yearning for adventure and riches. The quiet foothills of the Sierra Nevada were about to become a magnet for humanity. The journey to California in the 1850s was not for the faint of heart. Travelers faced a grueling choice: a perilous overland journey across the continent or a treacherous sea voyage around the tip of South America. Each route presented its own set of dangers. The overland route, often referred to as the California Trail, stretched over 2,000 miles of rugged terrain. Travelers faced scorching deserts, treacherous mountain passes, and the constant threat of disease and starvation. The journey could take months, and many perished along the way. Those who chose the sea route faced a different set of challenges. The voyage around Cape Horn at the tip of South America was notorious for its fierce storms and unpredictable currents. The journey could take up to 6 months, and many ships were lost at sea. Despite the hardships, hundreds of thousands of people, mostly men, flocked to California. They came from all over the world: the United States, Europe, China, Australia, and South America. This mass migration, driven by dreams of gold and a better life, forever changed the face of California. Section 4. Digging for Dreams. Mining methods of the gold rush. The early days of the gold rush were characterized by simple mining techniques. The most common method was panning. Miners would scoop gravel and dirt from the riverbed into a shallow pan and then swirl it around in the water. The heavier gold would sink to the bottom, while the lighter materials were washed away. As the easily accessible gold began to dwindle, miners developed more sophisticated methods. Placer mining involved diverting water from rivers and streams to wash away the topsoil and expose the gold-bearing gravel beneath. This method required more manpower and resources. Another method was hard rock mining. This involved digging tunnels and shafts into the mountains to reach veins of gold embedded in the rock. Hard rock mining was dangerous work, and miners faced the risks of cave-ins, explosions, and lung diseases. The tools of the trade were simple but essential. Miners relied on picks, shovels, pans, rockers, and long toms to extract the precious metal from the earth. These tools became symbols of the gold rush era. Section 5. A hard day's work. Life on the goldfields. Life on the goldfields was harsh and unpredictable. Miners endured long hours of backbreaking labor, often in dangerous conditions. They battled scorching heat, freezing cold, and relentless rain. Food and supplies were scarce, and prices for even basic necessities skyrocketed. Mining camps were rough and tumble places, often lacking law enforcement and basic sanitation. Disease spread quickly, and violence was common. Life in the camps was a constant struggle for survival. Despite the hardships, miners clung to the hope of striking it rich. The camaraderie among miners was a defining feature of life on the goldfields. They relied on each other for support, sharing food, tools, and stories from their hometowns. The bonds forged in the crucible of the gold rush often lasted a lifetime. The gold rush attracted a diverse cast of characters. There were miners, of course, but also merchants, gamblers, saloon keepers, and prostitutes. All were drawn to California by the promise of fortune and adventure. Section 6, From Rags to Riches, Millionaire Miners. While most miners never struck it rich, a lucky few did manage to make their fortunes. These individuals became legends of the gold rush, their names forever etched in California history. Their stories of rags to riches fueled the dreams of countless others. One such individual was Leland Stanford. Originally a shopkeeper, Stanford made his fortune supplying goods to miners. He later invested in railroads and became one of the Big Four who built the Central Pacific Railroad. Stanford's wealth and influence helped shape California into the state it is today. Another success story was that of James Lick. Arriving in California with only a small trunk of tools, Lick invested his earnings in real estate and transportation. He became one of the wealthiest men in California, known for his philanthropy and the Lick Observatory, which he donated to the University of California. These stories, though exceptional, illustrate the transformative power of the gold rush. They showed that with hard work, a bit of luck, and shrewd business acumen, ordinary people could achieve extraordinary wealth. Section 7. The Gold Rush Legacy, Transforming California and America. The California Gold Rush had a profound impact on the state and the nation. It triggered a population boom, transforming California into a bustling state. In 1850, California